Good morning. It's Thursday, November 10th, and right now on KPIX 5 News, the battle for control of Congress is still up in the air. We've got a live update from Capitol Hill as votes in key races are still being counted.
Yeah, Amanda, and locally, key mayoral races still too close to call. Many ballots still need to be counted. We got the latest results.
And now that Meta laid off 11,000 people, where will they go now? This morning, we hear about the opportunities in this sluggish economy.
And we're under a frost advisory this morning for many people here in the Bay Area. We'll talk about how long that's expected to last and how long these cool temperatures are going to stick around coming up.
And a bit of a foggy start to your drive across 280 along the peninsula, but looking good at the Bay Bridge. I'll have your travel times coming right up.
2, 1.
And the holidays are back in San Francisco, which means busy stores. So how safe will it be to shop in Union Square?
Love seeing that Christmas tree all lit up. Time now for a look at this morning's top story. The man accused of attacking Paul Pelosi with a hammer has been indicted by a federal grand jury. David DePape is charged with assault of a U.S. official and attempted kidnapping. He faces decades in prison if convicted. This comes after the Richmond man pleaded not guilty to state charges of attempted murder, burglary, and elder abuse. Paul Pelosi is recovering at home after undergoing surgery to fix a skull fracture. And a live look now at Melbourne, Florida. Hurricane Nicole made landfall just south of here overnight. It's been downgraded to a tropical storm now. Nicole's storm surge is unleashing severe beach erosion. Up to 8 inches of rain could hit some places, and people are still recovering from Hurricane Ian. We'll have a live report from Florida in our next half hour. Now checking in on our weather here in the Bay Area. We're still dealing with those cooler temperatures.
Yeah, you know, it's been very chilly for us, no matter whether you live in our inland areas, up in the North Bay, even along the coast with these breezy conditions. But I will say one thing, we are still under a frost advisory. This has been issued by the National Weather Service due to temperatures literally for all these events going on this weekend, though, coming up in the full forecast. We have a lot going on, especially at Union Square, a whole bunch of things going on around the Embarcadero. So we'll have that forecast in a bit. How are you doing?
So it's going to get busy with all the holiday stuff happening. So
Absolutely.
Yeah, not just this weekend, but throughout the rest of the season.
Oh,
so
completely.
It'll be a lot of fun. All right. What's not so fun is some spots on the roadways. First off, if you are taking the Bay Bridge, well, that looks pretty good right now. At least they're westbound, no delays heading over towards 101. Jocelyn.
Well, we begin with a live look at Capitol Hill, where the control of Congress is still up for grabs this morning. The Senate is coming down to 3 key races, while Republicans are inching closer to winning a narrow majority in the House. So right now, the Democrats have 200 seats, while the Republicans have 210 seats. 218 is needed to control the House. In the Senate, Democrats have 48 seats here. This is after flipping Pennsylvania from GOP control. Republicans have 49. Republicans need 51 for control. Democrats need just 50. That's because of Vice President Kamala Harris. Now, CBS News projects it will all come down to Georgia, Arizona, and Nevada. Georgia is headed for a runoff. Now, here in the Bay Area, they are still processing ballots in Santa Clara County. Let's take a look at the San Jose mayor's race. City Councilman Matt Mahan is widening his lead over Supervisor Cindy Chavez. His fellow city council members all endorsed his opponent, but he says he's not worried about it.
I don't hold that against them, right? I mean, my opponent's been in local politics for 25 years, has a lot of relationships that, frankly, I haven't had the time to build, and that's okay. I mean, the council also is turning over quite a bit. We were going to have 4 or 5 new council members in January.
Alameda County is expected to release new voting results today, so those races are still undecided, including the Oakland mayoral race. After 9 rounds of ranked choice voting, Lauren Taylor is leading his fellow city council member Shane Tao with 53% of the vote. And the Alameda County District Attorney's race is still a toss-up there. Chief Assistant DA Terry Wiley is about 3 points ahead of civil rights attorney Pamela Price. And across the Bay, San Francisco DA Brooke Jenkins declared victory yesterday, but thousands of ballots still need to be counted. She took a victory lap with Mayor London Breed in Chinatown.
We can have both. We can have somebody who implements the necessary reforms that we need to make the system more fair, but also still ensures that there is accountability for those who choose to commit crimes in our city.
Her closest opponent, criminal defense attorney John Hamasaki, has not conceded the race. He released a statement saying in part, quote, while I acknowledge the trend in the results, nearly half of all voters haven't had their votes counted yet. And we continue to closely follow the election results as they come in. You can find updates here on KPIX5, CBS News Bay Area, and at kpix.com. Justin.
Jocelyn, Facebook workers are still reeling this morning from massive job cuts. Parent company Meta let go of 11,000 people. That's 13% of its global workforce. Zuckerberg blamed the layoffs on an all too familiar story, sliding ad revenue. And just like what happened at Twitter, dozens of people were talking online about it, saying that they were let go or they know someone who was. CEO Mark Zuckerberg apologized to employees for this big gamble on the virtual reality metaverse, writing to employees, quote, I got this wrong and I take responsibility for that.
The thing that people aren't seeing is that there are plenty of companies that are hiring and that there is a light at the end of the tunnel.
So where will all of those tech workers go now? That includes half of Twitter staff that was laid off on last week. Well, we spoke to 2 recruiters telling us there are still opportunities out there in this sluggish economy, especially in startups.
33% of our jobs open right now are specifically within the tech scene, ranging from startups to publicly traded companies and other household names in Silicon Valley. So yes, I will say that we are still actively hiring in this market despite the recent layoffs.
There will be investments in further startups. There will be additional companies that are going to be growing. This is the equilibrium that I was talking about, that there's going to be employers, right? We're very busy as a firm right now.
All right, so these job cuts in the tech industry, Amanda, are really piling up at a time where the economy is really rocky and uncertain.
Yeah, and it's got to feel really uncomfortable if you work in the tech industry because, Justin, San Francisco-based Salesforce is also cutting jobs, though on a smaller scale. The company laid off fewer than 1,000 workers on Monday. Now, the company laid off fewer than 1,000 workers back in August. Salesforce said it had increased its workforce 36% over the past year, but now demand for its software is lighter than expected in some industries.
Also in San Francisco, the Union Square Christmas tree is now lit up, which means the holidays are back. But will the shoppers follow? Our Andrea Nakano talked to people in Union Square about whether or not they feel safe there.
I just want to enjoy life. We get one. Don't allow them to take our livelihood.
Andrea Nakano, KPIX5.
And police remind us every year, but just in case you forgot, here are those evergreen holiday shopping tips. Try to keep your eyes ahead of you, not on your phone. And if someone demands your purse or wallet or packages, just hand them over and try to shop with a friend, especially after dark. All very good things to keep in mind. And I hope with the holidays, people just get in a better mood and a brighter spirit and things like that don't happen. So
Let's hope so.
Yeah.
All right, coming up right here on KPIX5, a special night for some high schoolers today. The Bay Area sports team hosting a special screening of the movie Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. That's next in our Bay Area beat.
And license plate readers could be coming to One East Bay City. Why this has privacy experts worried.